All right, everyone, first episode of the League Legends podcast. Today's guest, the first guest, is a true Minnesota legend here at the Dish tonight. The ace of the former Minnesota Miners, now turned to Apparel. The only pitcher to throw one ball and get a strike on both sides of the Mississippi at the same time. A man whose game is way better than his look. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Derek Edwards. Derek, thank you for being here, man.
Hey, I appreciate the offer.
Oh, man,
No, for real. For as much as you do for softball, not only in the city of St. Cloud, Sauk Rapids, central Minnesota, but for the state. Thank you.
Hey, I learned from the best.
Oh.
Learned from the best, man. No, seriously, I appreciate you being here, man. You've had such a cool history in softball, and I'm really excited to us to talk through it today. Before we get into it, everyone wants to know. They want to know what's a league legend playing with these days. So let's start with this. Give me your gamer. What are you swinging?
I got my old school 2018 Monster DNA mutated.
Ooh.
That's my swing.
What weight?
It's like 26 and a half.
He's a strong fella.
I'm used to 28, 29,
Yeah.
30s. That's when I came in. So.
Yeah, they didn't have a 25-ounce bat back then.
You were a woman if you.
Yeah.
25.
Yeah. And now who knows what we are? Now who knows? All right. So we got the DNA mutated, classic bat. Monster puts together a great stick. What about the glove? What do you put on your feet?
I got my 15-inch Easton Tournament Series edition. I mean, every good pitcher needs a giant glove.
Yeah?
I'm old,
Yeah.
slow. My reaction is good, so I need that big mitt.
Yeah. That's good. That's the competitive advantage right there.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah.
And then my shoes, I got the Nike Hirachis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those, they're nice shoes. They don't make the Mizuno 9 Spike anymore.
Okay.
If they did, that would be my shoe. That was my shoe forever. It's discontinued, so it's the Nike Hirachi.
See, this is the coolest thing is you have such a cool history with softball, is that I had no idea there was even a Mizuno 9 Spike. I came in when Nike was obviously probably the most popular in the industry, and I feel like the past few years New Balance has finally made their mark. But what is this Mizuno 9 Spike?
Oh, it was the greatest shoe ever made. It was
Yeah.
a high top or low top. You can get it in white or black, and it was like clouds on your feet.
Yeah.
And the grip was great.
Yeah.
And it was not molded. It was all rubber.
Yeah.
And then you could also change the insignia, the Mizuno insignia. You could change with whatever color. They had inserts to change whatever jersey you had. It was the coolest shoe ever made.
That's crazy. Clouds on your feet.
Yeah.
You blinked and no one even saw you go from first to home.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 Dude, that's awesome, man. It's seriously so cool to hear. You've played softball for what, 20 years?
Tournaments. This is year 21, actually.
21.
I started playing tournaments when I was 19.
Yeah.
With VTrucking guys that used to play league here in Sauk Rapids. But I've been playing softball since I was 15 out here with my dad.
Out here?
Yeah.
At Whitney?
Right at Whitney.
The stomping grounds.
Monday nights and Tuesday nights with Salem Church and Teeter's Oil.
Wow,
Yep.
Teeters.
That's what we used to do. Yeah.
That is history right there. See, that's why they call it League Legends, is because legends have stepped on the exact spot we're sitting.
Yes.
That's awesome, man. That's cool. So how did you first get your start? Where did it begin?
Honestly, watching my dad.
Okay.
From being a little kid, my dad was out between here, Sauk Rapids, playing league.
Okay.
And as a little kid, you go with you go where your dad goes.
Yeah.
So I was out here watching, and then as soon as I got to high school, about 15, then he picked me up from baseball practice. He's like, hey, we're going to softball. One day they were short a guy, and then they just threw me in there at 15. The rest is history.
So you're saying League Legends run in the bloodlines?
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, that sucks. I'm never going to be a legend because my dad never played.
Hey, but your kid, bring your kid.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mason's got a bright future. Yeah. That's awesome. So first got your start subbing in for your dad's team. That's really cool to hear. So after that, how did that sort of grow? How did your love for the game grow? Did it begin the first time you stepped on the field, the first time you watched your dad? How did you get that passion for the game?
I mean, baseball. You grow up when you're 3, 4, 5 playing baseball, and that was just the extension. I wasn't going to go pro playing baseball, And
Not yet.
I'm still not. No.
Okay.
Still not. So
Yeah.
after my sophomore year of high school, about 19, came home. Just got done with College World Series. Came home. Got home at like 2 a.m. because we came from New York.
Okay.
And then I drove from school, like straight through.
Yeah.
And I just like went to bed, woke up. My dad came home from work and he goes, "What's your plan?" I'm like, sleep. I just got home. He goes, "Get your stuff. We're gonna go play league." And then he was playing Monday nights in Sauk Rapids with his guys that were like 40 and over team.
Yeah.
And then I hopped on there because Monday night was just a normal league. They didn't have that 50 and over yet, so it was just everyone that showed up played normal league. I started playing with those guys, and some of those guys were still playing tournaments with the VTrucking guys, and they said, "What are you doing this weekend?" "Nothing." Okay, then Dave Mertley came pick me up Saturday morning, 5 a.m. from my dad's house, and
Tournaments.
Played with him for 14 years.
Holy cow. Yeah. Now, you even mentioned, too, Mizuno, which, I think my first, back when I was playing baseball, my first catcher's mitt was Mizuno. At one point, you had a sponsorship from Mizuno, didn't you?
Yes.
That's crazy.
That was the coolest thing ever. Because Dave lived in a big, giant mansion in Sartell,
Ooh.
and his neighbor was a Mizuno rep. So it was only fitting, we got that nice Mizuno sponsorship.
Yeah.
I think most bats I had were 9 Mizuno bats in my Mizuno bag at one time when we were good.
Oh,
so,
decked out.
Yeah, it was
You were
nice.
the coolest kid on the field.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
Hey, any kid who walks on the field with a sponsorship, I'm tipping my cap to him,
It was a great time.
That's awesome, dude. So 21 years.
Yeah.
This is the 21st season of tournaments. See, the cool thing about that is I've only been playing for maybe 10 in tournaments, maybe only 5. I've seen the sport grow so much, but I'm curious from your perspective, how has the sport evolved?
Well, it's the technology. Back when my dad was playing, they always used to tell me that they had steel pipes for bats with rock hard balls.
Yeah.
And then they came in with I came in right when Mikan had the Freak and the like those great bats, and we were using the hard balls. Well, then they changed the ball again, but then bat technology got better.
Yeah.
So it's all technology.
I feel like the Freak was the pioneer of composite bats.
That I said, that's the bat, Sauk Rapids, Field 2.
Yeah.
I put it on the highway.
Oh my gosh.
There's my dad, like he'll be
it's like 425.
he'll be my biggest crap talker to me. But that's the one thing he will swear by and admit that I'm not lying. I smoked it and he watched it and he was like, "Holy."
That's incredible. That's like 425.
Yeah,
that's a shot.
Greatest hit I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, you walked to the dugout. You didn't run to first.
No, you hit that and you just turn around.
Yeah, you walked right into the bench. Yeah, that's awesome.
No, back then we had to run the bases still, though.
Oh, okay, yeah. God, you know what? I'm so glad they changed that rule.
Yeah, me too.
Man, I've never been more incentivized in my life to hit a home run because I don't have to run the bases.
It hurts me too much now to try to hit it, so I can't. But
yeah, that's all right, man.
Back then it was all right.
Well, this is the thing. I think you can live with that no one else is probably hitting to the highway. So anytime. So, Derek, why aren't you hitting home runs? Hey, why aren't you hitting to the highway? They can't say anything to you after that.
Nope.
That's awesome. So, years of ball. You've seen it grow. You've seen it evolve. What would you say, what was the most pivotal moment for you when you realized that game had changed? Like for the first tournament you played in, when did your eyes open and be like, this is the real deal? This is intense.
I was probably playing one of the big early ones, like Corky, like going to Corky's.
Oh, yeah.
And seeing that there are like 300 other teams trying to play softball that want the same thing you want, is to win.
Yeah.
And that was an eye opener.
Yeah, that's a bucket list item for me. Yeah, walking away from Corky's with a championship. This is the thing. There's 138 teams there, between how many divisions? There's only going to be, maybe 100 guys who walk away with a championship that weekend.
Same thing with Fireman's is another one in Bloomington. There is a 6-foot trophy somewhere in the state of Minnesota with my name on it that we won from firemen. So
Yes, sir.
So that's a highlight too.
How many trophies have your name on it?
Like, I don't know, there's countless league ones.
Sure.
Like big tournament ones. I don't. There's a few.
But you've won firemen's.
Yeah.
On turn 2, because that's your team now.
Yeah.
You guys have already had a hot start to the season, right?
Well, they won Mound.
Yeah, you guys took Mound. You've already slung the belt over your shoulder once.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I didn't really contribute there. I wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And, my son had AAU.
Yep.
So that's, to me, at this stage of my life, that's more important. But we still showed up.
Yeah.
Saturday, and they tried to give me a bats. It didn't go too well. I wasn't ready, but yeah, they won that. The belt was the minors' turn 2 belt for a while.
Let's go. Yeah. This is the thing too. To start the season with that, it's pretty crazy. And so when this episode releases, you guys would have already played 6s.
Yep.
So here's where we're going to get a little controversial. Who's your prediction to win 6s this coming weekend?
Well, it's got to be the defending champions.
Yeah, going for a 2-time championship, huh?
Defending champions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next one. Who don't you want to see in your bracket?
Every time, I mean, there's nobody I don't want to see. I want to see the best in the state.
Yeah.
Every tournament.
Yeah.
I like playing against the Silverbacks. I like playing against the businessmen.
Yep.
I mean, there's mutual respect with both of those teams, and to me, those are the other top 2 teams in the state. I feel like.
Yeah, Silverbacks went on a run at Corky's, I'm pretty sure. They had a good run there. Businessmen, solid team. And that's the thing, man. You make such a great point that people in this sport have to remember, to be the best, you have to beat the best. Yeah. So you're not afraid of anyone.
No.
Yeah.
I have too much confidence in my team.
Yeah. And turn 2's a solid team. It's a solid team. Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the League Legends podcast that is brought to you by Smash It Sports. Smash It is the best in the industry, the best, whether it's baseball, softball, apparel. They have everything you need, everything you can imagine. Check them out, smashitsports.com. Brand new, the 2025 Gorilla V4 Roller Ops bag. This thing has been a legend in every single dugout for years, and they continue to make it better. Anything you need will fit in that bag. That bag is a tank on wheels, and it is the best in the industry. Check it out, the 2025 Gorilla V4 Ops roller bag, and brand new product that is taken every field by storm is the BP Buddy. This BP Buddy is huge. When your buddies are MIA and you don't want to break your back going out there fielding your BP balls, you can buy the BP Buddy. You go out there, you smash it down on the ball, pops into the tube, dump it into the bag, make life easy. We're already working hard, hitting balls all day long. We got to make life easy. The BP Buddy does exactly that. Check it out, smashitsports.com. Make sure, add them to your cart, and make sure you sign up so you can get some Smash Cash. We're going to be giving you free stuff for tuning into the podcast every single week, but those guys are going to continue to hook you up. Every time you make a purchase, you get Smash Cash. Check them out. Best in the industry. Thanks for tuning in. Back to the episode. All right, so turn 2, hot start. You guys have won Mound. Had some games at Corky's, there's great teams there. Sometimes bats get cold. But coming in and starting the season off with a championship in a tournament is nothing to shy away from, right?
Correct.
What works for turn 2 and the former minors? What has worked for you guys that allows you to be such a powerful force within the D teams here in Minnesota?
I mean, top to bottom studs.
Yeah.
When your oldest person is your worst person, you got a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our pitcher, me.
Oh.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst one on the team.
Oh, you're humble, huh?
So there's outfield, any 4 or 5 outfielders we got solid guys.
Yep.
Our infield solid. Everybody top to bottom is solid.
Yep. Defense and on the sticks too, huh?
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, it's curious because you want to know what works because there's so much to softball. Some people say that softball is 90% mental, 10% physical. Is that something you would agree on?
Well, yeah, this is not a really physically fit body.
Well, I was curious how you've done so well with only that 10%.
See, that's why.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, it's I can't run fast anymore. I can't throw hard, so I got to be able to try to hit a spot. Here and
Okay.
there. So, but yeah, and it's just knowing what you know. Like I said, I got 21 years of tournament knowledge.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
Yeah, well, that kind of speaks for itself. You understand the game to a level where even myself don't. I remember we played the one of the draft tournaments here together. This is actually probably my favorite memory of you, Derek. This is one of my favorite memories of you. The very first draft tournament that we ran here.
That was out here, yeah.
Yep,
your
right
first
here,
one,
this
I
field.
remember that.
We had a team that was top to bottom full of hitters.
Yes.
We had great hitters. And because it was a draft tournament I was running, I had this paranoia that people were going to think that I stacked my team. So after we got up that first game, we got up by like 13 runs. I had this handful of nickels in my bag, and each nickel had a position on them. And so I said, guys, like, we're up a lot. Let's do this. Let's all take a nickel. Whatever position is on the nickel, we'll go play that position. We gave up 13 runs. It was awful. And my favorite memory of you is we come back into the dugout and you're like, that's it. We're done with that. Put those nickels away. And you say put those nickels away to this day has me just turning because it was just the time. Get rid of those nickels was so funny. But yeah, you know what? I was too paranoid about us being too good.
You never should.
I know.
You should never be, like, for me, everybody that knows you knows you run it like you're squeaky clean. You run a straight lace everything. So it's like if anyone thinks you rig it, that's
I couldn't do that. Yeah, no. Too much integrity here.
Exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, Miners off to a hot start, but we know every team is not perfect, right? So if we asked Miners, turn 2, if we asked the coach who was the most overrated player on the team, how long would it take for him to say your name?
It's no hesitation. Before you get the question out of your mouth, he already will answer it.
Sure. Yeah. Well, you guys.
He won't admit himself, but it'll be me. I'll just let you know.
A good coach knows his team, huh?
Yes.
Ah, man, you're too humble, man. You're a legend. You're a vet out here. I've seen you hit balls in places that no one would expect them to go, man. You got a lot of talent, so I don't think you can sell yourself short. Because think about how many people throughout the years have simply learned from you, learned from watching you, learned from asking you questions. Like, that contribution to this sport itself is what helps fuel growth. So you got to make sure that you don't sell yourself short on anything.
Hey, anytime you can get young kids to come out here and not be on their phone, not be on the video game, not be on the TV, and to get out here and doing stuff, I'm all for it.
Absolutely.
You know, any young player I see, I didn't always used to be this way, but any young player I see, if I can help them just a little bit, whether it's making them switch their bat, switch their stance, or getting them a new glove or whatever, I try.
Absolutely. That's huge, man. That's how this sport continues to grow. So let me ask you this. You've played with roughly how many teams? And let's I've seen you play with every single league team I know. Whether you're subbing or helping out or doing whatever you can just to, support the team. Roughly how many tournament teams have you played with?
In my life, at between 20 and 30, I'll say.
Okay.
Like legit tournament trying to win money.
Yeah.
Or trying to win a trophy, about 20 or 30.
Between those 20 or 30 teams, one of them if you had to choose one of them as the dream team, which one is the dream team?
My longest tenure was VTrucking.
Yeah.
Played with them for 14 years.
Okay.
One of my favorite ones was probably a black softball circuit team. It's between the Hit Factory and the Minnesota All-Stars.
Okay.
And that, me being my complexion.
Yeah, beautiful.
I got harassed a lot.
Oh, sure.
But
I can't imagine why.
It was all in good fun.
Yeah. That's the best part about it.
But yeah, those were some fun tournaments.
Oh, I can only imagine, dude. Yeah.
Shout out to Linda, rest in peace. She was, besides Wayne Wiesman, Linda was probably one of the most gracious, amazing sponsors, and she sponsored our Minnesota All-Stars team. Her son, Raheem, he's a young, up-and-coming stud in USA softball.
Yeah.
Shout out to Raheem Hampton. But
there you go.
She's an amazing sponsor.
Yeah. That's cool that impact can last that long too, That's awesome. And that's what it takes to help grow this sport, You know, speaking too, I know you mentioned you got harassed a little bit. I know sometimes that can go both ways. Have you ever trash talked an opponent and immediately they made you regret it?
No.
No.
Because I never for having fun with people around here in league.
Yeah.
I tease and have fun, but as far as an opponent in a tournament, I was always business.
Yeah.
I may have been a jerk, but I was always business.
Sure.
And I never started any talking.
Yep.
It was someone ran their mouth to me.
Yep.
And then it got worse for them.
Sure. Oh, so they regretted it. There's probably a few people might watch this and be like, yeah, he's right. I did.
I used to be a jerk. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, man, it's, you know what? Sometimes in the game, you have to have fun, whether it's playing or whether it's talking. You got to have a little fun.
For me at this age, it's all fun. I'm more about the camaraderie and hanging out than I am playing at this point.
Absolutely, man. The first time that you came out and played in that first ever draft I had ran, I was like absolutely hyped because I knew that you had got a pretty good softball presence in the area. And to see that you have guys who are definitely talented individuals who have, you know, somewhat of a presence in the area who are like, yeah, I want to participate and just play in this tournament that's meant to be fun and meant to let, you know, different people from different teams just enjoy the sport that we love together. To have you come out, I was absolutely jacked. I'm like, to see someone would take their time where it's like, you know, they might have a different tournament that they could be playing that weekend, or it's finally a weekend where they don't have a tournament. Maybe they want off, but I'm going to take my time to come out and enjoy the sport with everyone and not just the people who are within my bubble. Like that says a lot too about yourself, your character, and that's something that I noticed from day one. I appreciated about the fact that you were there and you've been there ever since.
Hey,
yeah.
Like I said, the stuff that you do, if I'm free, I could play 100 tournaments in a row. If that 101st tournament is your draft tournament and I'm free that weekend, I'm going to come out regardless.
I appreciate that, man. That's a shout out too to the Whitney Super Draft. Sign up. Let's see if we can get 2-3 nights of it this year with enough teams.
Some of the most fun I ever had.
Oh, it's such a blast. Such a blast. And with the Whitney draft, every year, Derek gives his insider. Oh, walking away with.
Right here.
Yeah.
Fall Brawl.
There you go.
That's the last Super Draft tournament.
Yeah, last one, 2025.
Right there, champion.
Yeah. Again, you're good at doing that, man. I got to figure out how to win. That's such a cool talent to have.
It's all luck.
Oh, man.
It's luck.
Well, then I'm out of it.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, dude, seriously, can't thank you enough for taking the time to just come on, have some conversation. Don't think we're sending you away empty. The boys at Smash It are hooking you up. Want to send you away with a nice fly sweatshirt. Shout out to Smash It Sports for sponsoring the podcast. Great guys there, great gear. And now, you know what? This is the thing I always say. My motto, I can't play good, but I always look good. So if your game ever goes, down the drain, you at least look good playing.
That hair's got you looking good.
It's the allure, man. This is all I got left, so it's not going anywhere.
All right.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks again. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Keep an eye, subscribe the episode. Make sure you watch till the end. We're going to have your next opportunity to come on with some free gear from Smash It. Shout out to a league legend, Minnesota legend, Derek Edwards, for being the first episode on the podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Cody Simasak. Don't miss your opportunity to get hooked up with some sick gear from Smash It Sports. Like and subscribe to the League Legends podcast. We'll be dishing it up all through the 2025 season. All right, y'all. Appreciate everyone following the podcast on YouTube, making sure that you stopped by the Smash It booth at Corky's. Great turnout there, great turnout on YouTube. This is what we're doing. If you made a purchase at Corky's, you have your names in one of those eggs. If you followed the podcast, if you liked it, your name is in one of those. Our guest is about to hit a softball, and wherever that softball lands, the closest egg that it lands to is walking home with some gear from Smash It Sports. Officiant there, ready to record to find out who wins.
Okay, let's try to hit him out here.
One pitch. He's a lefty, so we had to put him out in right. Here we go, Derek.
All right, ready to go. There we go.
Let's go. We've got a winner. Is it going to be someone from Corky's, or is it going to be one of the YouTube followers, or is it going to be both? Had to make sure it's free of all third-party interference, so Derek is going to be the one grabbing the egg closest. Dill, I mean, this one's pretty much in the bag.
It's kind of a close.
How many bat lengths?
Yep, check the bat lengths.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just onto the barrel.
Oh.
I think it's that.
That's
that
the one.
I think that's the one.
That's the one. Let's find out who it is.
All right.
Joe Notterman. Joe, you just came home with some Smash It sports gear. Thanks to the fellas over at Smash It. And thanks to Derek for hitting us a missile out here for you.
You're welcome, Joe.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to this episode of the League Legends podcast. Appreciate you all taking your time. Each episode, I'm going to continue to give away some free gear thanks to our friends over at Smash It Sports. So for this episode, for everyone who follows us on Instagram or shares this video of this podcast episode, whether you share it on Facebook, whether you share it on YouTube, whether you share it through Instagram, will get themselves an opportunity to be in the next drawing for this Smash Ops Gorilla 150 backpack you see behind me. I've got 2 of them, so I'm going to be giving away every single episode. This could be your next backpack. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode.